London, one of the oldest, most iconic cities in the world. 8.8 million people, over 1,500 square kilometers of history, business, fashion, and power. You know London above ground, but what about what's buried beneath? Because just beneath your feet is a world almost no one talks about. Beneath the red buses and black cabs, the pubs and palaces, lies a hidden reality. A buried city, older, darker, and built in layers. Ancient Roman baths still whisper beneath office towers. Forgotten rivers pulse under royal streets. Sealed bunkers guard wartime secrets, and tunnels so deep, no civilian has ever walked them. This isn't just an underground. It's a time capsule of empire, war, and secrecy. And the deeper you go, the weirder and more dangerous it gets. So buckle up, watch this video till the end, because what's hiding under London was not meant to be found. It starts simple, 5 to 10 centimeters of paving stone, then maybe a bit of sand, some clay. But just a meter down, chaos begins. You're standing above a nerve center. First, you'll hit high-voltage electric lines lighting up the city. Then comes a lattice of telecom wires and fiber optic veins, carrying London's conversations, secrets, and business deals. Mixed in, gas pipelines, some nearly a century old, still pushing volatile energy through ancient tubes. And finally, water mains, some installed before World War I, still flowing beneath modern skyscrapers. This cluttered underground mess is invisible to the average Londoner. But every time someone drills into the street, it's like performing surgery on a living, breathing system. And just below that modern mess, older layers, forgotten ones. The bones of lost civilizations, ruins the city grew over, paved down, and chose to forget. In 1848, construction workers were digging near Lower Thames Street. They expected dirt, maybe clay. Instead, they hit stone. Not just any stone, Roman stone. They had unearthed a 2nd century spa complex from ancient Londinium. A full Roman bathhouse, heated floors, mosaic tiles, steam rooms. It sat beneath modern offices, completely forgotten for over 1,500 years. It survived the collapse of the Roman Empire, the fires of medieval London, even the Nazi bombs that flattened whole neighborhoods above. How? No one really knows. It was as if the city built up around it, and then forgot it. Some call it luck, others think it was deliberate, too hard to destroy, too deep to care. Today, that Roman bath is hidden behind glass in a modern office basement. You can visit, if you know exactly where to look. But what they found next, just around the corner, was far more disturbing. 8 meters below the surface of the City of London, under the very heart of power and finance, lies something that once echoed with screams. In 1988, workers excavating near the Guildhall stumbled on a curved wall of ancient stone. What they uncovered was chilling: a Roman amphitheater, the largest in Roman Britain. It once seated over 6,000 spectators. Here, wild animals fought to the death, criminals were executed, and gladiators, real ones, battled for survival. This was London's original arena of blood. When the Romans left, the amphitheater was abandoned. Its stones were stripped and repurposed for medieval homes and churches, but some parts survived. And the sand that once soaked up blood? Still there. Today, it sits beneath the Guildhall Art Gallery. Tourists walk above without knowing what lies below. But when you stand in the ruins, you can feel something ancient pressing against the air, a kind of echo. Not all of London's past was polite, and not all of it stayed buried. You've probably walked over one. The River Fleet, the Tyburn, the Effra, all once free-flowing rivers that cut through early London, offering clean water, trade, and beauty. But by the 18th century, they turned dark. Industrial waste poured into them. Butchers dumped animal remains straight into the currents, and every household flushed sewage directly in. The rivers became open-air sewers. The stench was unbearable. They became known as death rivers, responsible for cholera outbreaks, disease, and misery. So the Victorians made a choice. They buried them. Massive brick tunnels entombed the waters beneath roads, markets, and palaces. The River Tiber now runs silently under Buckingham Palace. The Fleet, once a major waterway, is buried beneath Farringdon Road and Clerkenwell. One of them, during a heavy storm in the 1950s, even rose up and flooded the oval cricket ground mid-match. They still flow, trapped in darkness, carrying waste, memory, and the legacy of a once poisoned city. And when you realize the rivers are still alive, you start to wonder what else London buried and forgot. Beneath the calm streets of Westminster lies a different London, a city carved out of fear. 12 meters down, sealed under layers of concrete and steel, is where Winston Churchill directed the war. Inside these bunkers, a map room, never allowed to sleep. Every Allied troop movement was logged here, day and night. A transatlantic hotline, one of the earliest secure lines to the US president. Codenamed Sig-Solly, it was primitive, but uncrackable. There were dormitories too. Civil servants and commanders slept here while bombs rained overhead. Some didn't leave the bunker for weeks. The most famous site, Churchill's War Rooms, is now open to the public. But it's only part of the story. Below and beyond that are other bunkers, classified, sealed, some rumored to stretch beneath Parliament itself. Some were meant to house royalty if London fell. Others were hardened communication centers, guarded by elite signals teams. And some of these places no civilian has ever seen. And what lies deeper than even Churchill dared to go might shock you. 50 meters down, 60, 70. You're now deeper than the tube, deeper than Churchill's bunkers, deeper than most know exists. Welcome to the Thames Tideway Tunnel, a £5 billion mega project built to stop London from drowning in its own filth. This isn't a sewer, it's a monster. 25 kilometers long, 7.2 meters wide, capable of catching and redirecting over 1.6 million tons of storm overflow each year. During heavy rains, London's old sewer system used to dump untreated waste straight into the Thames. Now this tunnel catches that flow before it hits the river. But here's the twist. Most Londoners have no idea it exists. It runs silently beneath their feet, under Battersea, under Blackfriars, even under Tower Bridge. It's staffed by teams called sandhogs, who work hundreds of feet below ground. And although it's built for emergencies, some believe it could have military or strategic purposes. Its scale and secrecy have raised eyebrows. Was it just built for sewage? Or is it part of something bigger, something not yet revealed? Here's the thing about London. It doesn't stop revealing itself. Every time a new building goes up, the ground is cut open, and the past comes spilling out. A Roman coin, a Tudor wall, a World War II shelter that was never listed on any map. Even more strange, entire stations have been sealed off and forgotten. Like Aldwych, closed in 1994, now a ghost station. Or Down Street, once used by Churchill before his main bunker was built. And then, there are the places that aren't on any public record. Tunnels with no known entrances. Vaults buried and sealed by private entities or government orders. Bunkers that never officially existed, but have blueprints stored in dusty archives. Some believe these sealed spaces were left on purpose, too dangerous, too important, or too full of secrets. So the next time you walk the streets of London, past the palaces, past the pubs, ask yourself, what else is down there? What haven't we found yet? London is a city of layers, historically, physically, and culturally. We've uncovered Roman amphitheaters, hidden rivers, wartime bunkers, and Victorian catacombs. But here's the thing, not all of London has been explored. Archaeologists, engineers, and historians agree, every time construction begins, something unexpected is found. An old wall, an unmarked tunnel, or even entire underground rooms no one knew existed. Many of these sites are documented and preserved. Others remain inaccessible due to safety, ownership, or logistical reasons. So we ask, what if beneath the layers we already know, there are still discoveries waiting to be made? What if the next subway expansion or renovation beneath a centuries-old building reveals something astonishing? A lost archive, a sealed chamber from wartime, or simply another piece of London's rich, unfinished story, not because they were hidden, but because they were simply forgotten. We've journeyed through London, through Roman ruins and royal bunkers, through rivers reborn as sewers, and secrets sealed in steel, concrete, and silence. We've uncovered a city beneath the city, a blueprint of empire, war, and power. But the real question is this: what truly lies buried beneath London? Have you ever walked these streets? Heard the rumors? Seen something strange? What do you think is still hiding beneath London? Tell us in the comments below. We might feature it in our next episode. Because together, we're going to uncover what history tried to bury. Like, share, and subscribe if you want more stories beneath the surface. Stay curious, stay awake, and never stop digging.